Hi guys, welcome to Grandma Thelma Tuesday. Here's Grandma Thelma.
Hi, everybody. First of all, I want to tell you that I'm much older than most of the people that are listening to me. So I want to say that when I was little, we didn't have a refrigerator, we didn't have air conditioning, and even when we got a refrigerator, it didn't have any freezer on it, so we never could have ice cream in the house. So when you read this poem, remember that it was a long, long time ago. So,
Sounds good, Grandma Thelma. Are you ready to read your poem?
yes, this is my poem about them. Summertime is here again. I'm trying to remember when I lived in Brooklyn and it turned hot. How I wished I had air conditioning a lot. When I was little, we had an ice man, a milkman, a seltzer man, and an ice cream van that rang its bell every day, where all of us loved to play. We made sure we had our dime so that we should get our ice cream every time. It was such a special treat. Without it, our day wasn't complete. We picked out the ones we liked best, and on other days, we tried the rest. Once a week to the movies we went, and that to me was a special event. The movie theater was nice and cool, and sometimes we went to the pool. At Sunset Park, a few blocks away, where we paid our nickel and could stay all day. It always closed at 5, and at supper time at home I arrived. Hot and hungry and ready to eat. Everything my mother made was such a treat. She went to the store every day, and no ready-made food ever came our way. She peeled and she cut everything and carried home as much as she could bring. We didn't have a car until another few years, so we all had to walk everywhere. Supermarkets came at a later day, so going from store to store was our way. Still, our house had plenty of food, and we ate as much as we could. After dinner, everyone took a chair and sat outside in the open air. It was too hot in the house to go to bed, so until midnight, everyone was outside instead. When the apartment finally got cool, we went inside and to sleep as a rule. Our parents spoke to their friends all night, and we played with our friends in our parents' sight. In the morning, we washed and got dressed. Now I realize how we were blessed to live where everybody's so near and go to places without any fear. And that's how it used to be long ago.
Oh, that's good,
Without
Grandma.
air conditioning and without a refrigerator.
It seems you had a better time than our generation's going through right now with all the crazy Michigas.
I know, we didn't have all the worries with guns and everything. I don't even think I knew what a gun was. Maybe I saw a water gun. That was the only thing.
um, well, it sounds like you had lots of fun in your time. Now I feel like there isn't too much fun to be had.
Well, I'm not talking when I was your age. Remember, I'm talking I was much younger then. But air conditioning, in fact, we used to even walk near the movie so that we could feel the air conditioning coming from outside because nobody had air conditioning that I knew.
That's what my grandmother said. She told me about that. If you wanted to go, I guess it's your whole generation. If you wanted to have fun, it's good just go to the movie theater. But it sounds so cheap. How much was a quarter nowadays money? Like $10?
Well, at least $5.
Wow.
Maybe even more. And then we had a subway near us, and we used to go swimming. My mother belonged to a place called Irving Dance, and then we used if once a week. I think we were given some money, and we went to Nathan's and we bought a hot dog for a nickel.
That sounds so cheap. Nowadays, you know how much a hot dog...
Prices were cheap, but people made very little money. You know, you think that you're not making a lot of money now, Thelma, but the amount you made would have been an executive's pay then.
Really?
Plus, rent was about $25 a month.
You know, rent...
Different prices then.
If it...
Because the prices they have now, every apartment would be empty. What are you laughing about?
It's so funny because now I think to pay just for a basic apartment in Tampa is over $1,000.
That's right.
And imagine in New York, Manhattan, a one-bedroom apartment's at least $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and you just get a hole in the wall. So to pay $25 for an apartment, that's easy.
And it had 2 bedrooms. For 3 bedrooms, you pay $35.
That's nothing. That'd be super affordable.
Yeah, but depends how much you earn. When you're earning $25 a week, it's not as affordable.
It just sounds so funny in comparisons to today's $25 now can't even get you a good meal at a restaurant. Let alone fill up
Say that again.
or fill up even that. Fill up at the gas station. You know how much I pay? Almost like 40, 50. Some people they tell me.
I know. Well, gasoline now is very hard. I think when I had my first car, and that was, I'm talking years after that, it was 29 cents a gallon.
Do you know how happy people would be if they were paying 29 cents a gallon? I think that would end.
Happy now they would be paying $2.90 a gallon.
Did you see now? If you left, it's almost $5 a gallon for gas.
That's why I say they would be happy if the price was $2.90. Let alone you can even add a zero to the 29 cents, and they would be happy.
Exactly. I don't know. I really don't know how people can live nowadays unless they have very rich relatives to supplement their lifestyle.
Well, unless they have very good jobs. That's why you have people go to school and they train themselves so that they should have jobs that pay them a lot.
But even the jobs that used to pay lots of money, like doctors or something, they don't make that much money because of insurance. Now with insurance...
They still make more. They make enough that they can pay rent and everything and that. They still, most of them make over $150,000 a year when they're in private practice.
But you know, $150,000 is nothing.
Don't say it's nothing. You make $150,000.
No, but I know it's nothing. It's like a hole in the wall. Because imagine you make like barely anything. You can't even eat. Let alone how can you have kids and that make $150,000 a year? You can't do anything. You can't go on vacation. You can't go out to eat.
Yes, you can. There's no reason why people making now $150,000 can't go on vacation.
And do you think they can have a house?
Yes, because you have a mortgage on the house, and you pay so much every month. Because they say you can pay 30% of your income for a house. So if you make $100,000, you can pay. If your mortgage and your heat and everything costs you $4,000 a month, you can have a house.
So then, how much does that mean they're paying a month? $4,000?
It depends. It depends how much they can put down, how much it is. Interest rates were low. I don't know how much everybody is paid, but...
And paying taxes, Grandma Thelma, don't forget. You have to pay for taxes, you have to pay for gas, you have to pay property. No, in Florida, you don't have to pay property tax.
Well, the property... What do you say?
In Florida, you don't have to pay...
You still have to pay property tax. You don't have to pay income tax, but you have to pay property tax.
Yeah, so... And then you have to pay...
No Florida income tax, but there is Florida property tax. everybody pays on their property taxes.
And then you have to imagine you have to pay also for your kids to go to a private school.
Well, there's some people go to public school also.
I don't know.
You go to public school? You went to public school.
I went to Jewish Orthodox Cheder Lubavitch all-girls school. I went...
You went in high school to public school when you lived here?
Yeah.
Paris, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, Grandma Thelma, I went to... The first school I went to was a religious school, private school. Then I went to a co-ed school. And then I went to military private school. And then I went to public school. So I had a taste of everything.
Now, which did you like the best, or you didn't like any of them?
Well, I think I did not like the Chabad school the most. That was the worst experience of my life, to tell you the truth. I think most of the people did not come out of their normal. Then I would say the modern Orthodox community, they came out half and half. I'd say 50-50, maybe 60-50. But are they genuine and truthful with themselves? I don't believe it. The people in the public school, I think most of them are like criminals or they're very successful. I feel like that's 50-50. I don't know. It depends on a lot of things. Who are we to know where people are in life? What about your friends? Were your friends in public school or you were in private school?
I was in public school. I went all the way. I went to all public schools.
But your grandkids didn't all go to public schools.
Not all my grandchildren, but Stephen and Rachel and Alex went to public school.
Was that because they couldn't afford a private? That's not my business.
If you lived in certain neighborhoods, and my children went to public school, that's why I bought a house in the town that I did, because they had the best schools in the state of New Jersey. And you paid twice as much for a house because the schools were good there.
The public schools.
The public schools. And people moved there especially because of the schools. They had very rich people there in that town. When Joanne and Sharon and Barbie went to school, they had...
Wait, Grandma Thelma, don't disclose too much information about your personal life.
All right, well, they had the owners of automatic data processing. Their children went to school, and then they had in their class the one whose father had, not Playboy, but there was another Penthouse magazine.
Ooh!
Children were their son was in their house, and one time I was working in the library, and he came into the library, returned books, and it was like a gun case, and it said Penthouse magazine on it. And then until he opened it up and took out the books, you imagine when you're working as a volunteer in the library and somebody comes in with a gun case.
Yeah.
And there weren't as many guns as now, but it was still very scary because you don't know who's coming in with anything.
So then I guess the public schools, they have a bad reputation, but it's really not so.
It depends where you live. I don't know there, but in the Northeast, it depends where you live, and a lot of people move in certain towns, and the public schools are like private schools.
Yeah.
We had a lot of very rich people there that went to the public school where I live.
So do you feel like that's still relevant to today, or do you think there's too much segregation?
Today, what happened is that now they have a lot of Asians moved into the town because the Asians heard the schools are good, and the Asians sent their children to the best schools. The Asians are very successful in this country.
Kana hara poo poo poo, right, Grandma Thelma?
Well, I have nothing to do with that, but I'm just telling you that's how...
So do you think the American population's dumbing down?
know, some do, and some don't. And now the Asians are going into what the Jews had in certain years, where they wouldn't let Jewish people in certain colleges go. It was very hard to get in. They had quota system, and now they don't want too many Asians there, because the Asians are treating, now the Jewish children aren't disciplined the way they were years ago. The Asians, they have to study, they have to do this, they're very strict, and that's how it used to be with Jewish children. Nobody played sports or anything like that. Jewish kids didn't know what fishing was or anything like that, because all they had to do was study, and if they studied, they were told you would be successful.
So wait, Grandma Thelma, do you think that's where they got the anti-Semitic remark that Jewish people have money?
No, they got it because they're just jealous of us. It's funny, the Rockefellers and the J.P. Morgan and the Carnegies weren't Jewish, and they all had money. They had more money than anybody else.
Oh. No, but I'm saying, do you think because they studied hard? So do you feel like that's no longer relevant to our generation?
Oh, I don't know with studying hard. There's people made money in computers now and other things. I can't tell you. No, you have to study hard now. There are certain jobs, and you also have to be lucky. There's a combination of everything.
Yeah,
Didn't your father study hard? Didn't your grandparents study hard?
Yeah. I guess it's all about how hard you want to hustle to life. Well, Grandma Thelma, this is the longest Grandma Thelma talk we've had in a while. We have over 17 minutes. So do you want to share with us? Keep it private, though. We don't want any personal information. But do you want to share what you're having for dinner? Did you have dinner already?
I had dinner already. I had chicken, and I had potato salad with it, and I had tomatoes and spinach, and
It sounds like you went to a 5-course meal.
no, it was in a salad. I had spinach salad, and I had the chicken in it, and potato salad and spinach salad. And then I had an orange, and then Joanne brought me some cake from that his future mother-in-law made Mandelbrot, so I just had tea and Mandelbrot now, and that was my supper.
Oh.
Very filling.
Well, you know what? Say, Grandma Thelma.
What?
Oh, so you had a beautiful party. So here, you can say goodbye to everyone, and we'll see them in 2 weeks at Grandma Thelma Tuesday. You look really white for some reason. I think it's your lighting or this lighting. I'm not really sure.
I don't know. No, you know what happened? Now, how am I now? Because I wasn't on before.
Now you look really good. So, say, well,
I see. Underneath is the white, and up on this one is different.
No,
I don't know. This phone is... I'm too old for this kind of phone.
No, it's not.
This before my time.
No, it's
I'm before the time of the phone.
So that makes you historical. So, anyway, we'll see.
It makes me feel younger when I talk to you. It's a pleasure speaking to
Yeah.
you.
And we'll see everyone in 2
Thank you very
weeks.
much for calling.
And we'll see.
Today we had a long conversation. You didn't expect it, did you?
No, you know what, Grandma Thelma? What we should leave for our viewers? That you never know what your future holds, so you just have to keep your feet here in this.
Your feet on the ground, and you try to do your best. And things change, and you should always do your best.
Amen.
I love you, Chava. And see you. I'll speak. We'll have
many more times. So we'll see you in 2 weeks on Grandma Thelma Tuesday. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.